They call this dam the Castilian River. The Almendra Reservoir is one of more than 4,500 river barriers dotted along the Douro, between Spain and Portugal. For the last 44 years, Arturo Dienes has been the mayor of this village on the edge of the reservoir. This year, the river basin has been practically dry.
Before this summer, I had never seen the level of the reservoir fall so low. For the first time ever, we started to worry about not having enough drinking water. Look at this old photo. The system for capturing the water is completely submerged. Now it's practically entirely uncovered.
2 months ago, 200 million cubic metres of water was sent to Portugal to honour the Albufeira Convention. A treaty signed in 1998 committed Spain upstream from Portugal to provide water to its neighbour every year. That agreement worries Arturo. The reservoir provides drinking water to about 100 villages.
We couldn't let the reservoir be emptied. We had to take our complaint to a government representative. Happily, they put an end to the transfer of water. In this area, we mainly live off farming, and if there isn't any water, we have to leave. What are we supposed to do?
Due to the drought this summer, Spain decided to reduce the amount of water it sent to its Portuguese neighbour for the first time ever. A decision made possible by a revision of the convention in 2008. 200 kilometres upstream, Emilio Medina is a farmer. He also came very close to disaster this year. 20% of his cooperative's water reserves were almost sent to Portugal.
To do well, my beetroot needs about 5,500 cubic metres per hectare. If we'd allowed the government to send part of our water reserves to Portugal, I would only have 4,500 cubic metres, and I would suffer huge losses.
It was after a call by Emilio that 3,000 farmers took to the streets over Spain's water transferals. The Farmers' Cooperative argues Portugal doesn't use the water wisely.
If we send water to Portugal, the León region is going to die. It will dry out, and all that, so that the water in Portugal can be exclusively used to produce electricity before just ending up in the sea.
But once in Portugal, the Douro doesn't just serve to produce energy. The water irrigates a whole region that lives off farming. On the plateaus of Miranda do Douro, Andrea Cortina breeds about 100 sheep. This year, because of the reduction in water transferals and the exceptional drought, she will struggle to feed her animals.
My sheep are already eating the oats from the reserves I had for later when the winter gets even colder. I had to give them the oats now because even though it's rained recently, there still isn't enough pasture.
Andrea is paying a high price for the water shortage. Feed prices have tripled this year. And reducing the Douro's flow also has ecological consequences. Ana Geraldez is a scientist. She monitors the quality of the water, which is partially polluted by agriculture and humans on the Spanish side.
We are in the River Douro, in the main stream. The water is coming from Spain. If Spain reduces the water flow, it has consequences on water quality. Less water, the contaminants will come more concentrated.
This summer, environmentalists have found levels of phosphorus and nitrogen much higher than normal levels. Anna believes a revision of the Albufeira Convention is urgently needed. Although the two countries are respecting the European Water Directive, they still haven't unified the water management for the Douro's basin.
It's not logical that Portugal have one basin management plant and Spain has other. So it is important to have only one covering all the river basin.
Spain and Portugal held a bilateral meeting in Lisbon in December. The two governments committed to harmonising their drought and water shortage ratings to move towards a unified management of the 5 rivers they share.